Alright, this is the Master Grade Sinanju with the Takumi Conversion Kit on it, and some third-party water slides, a custom LED unit that's installed inside the chest right behind the cockpit, run it through the head for the eyes. Switch is located right behind the cockpit door. All the inner frame is painted with Alclad metallics. It is fully painted kit. If you know anything about the Sinanju, it's all red and black and gold plastic. So basically my color scheme that I didn't realize at the time is a match to Casatria's. I've kind of got a olive drab green going on here with some German gray and the gold highlights. For things like the thruster bells, it's painted in Alclad. I believe that is magnesium, and then a little super thin purple around the edges of the thruster bells, and then blue, very thin right around the edges of that on the very tips, just to give that kind of heated metal appearance. Let's see. There are lots of water slides dabbed in here and there. There's a few areas like right here, this little bit of silver trim that runs along the inside of the leg units. I'm trying to see where else I've got some. Between fingers, I've got enamel that was all hand brushed, so those little bits like this. The small ring details that you may see, there's a few masked ones that are located inside parts of the engine that are exposed. Most of that's hand painted enamel, but everything else is either Alclad's lacquers for, like I said, the frame, and all of the armor components are Mr. Color lacquers. The filigree and the gold details in this particular one and the black is all done. It's all color separated plastic, unlike the regular Master Grade. They're separate parts. They come gold plated on the sprue, but due to the fact that they're not undergated and the gold is actually a really obnoxious yellow gold, this has all been completely repainted. This is a conversion kit. It is third party. It is, I believe, designed to go on the regular Master Grade instead of the VerKa version that was used for this. So there are some fitment issues, in particular the side plates on either side of the chest don't really fit very well. And the pegs for the rear skirt in particular do not fit at all. I had to heavily sand the pegs for the rear skirt pieces. After snapping two pegs off of one of them while trying to get it in place, realized they're not meant to fit on that size peg. I did manage to completely salvage the mobility of that skirt. It does still move, it does still articulate in the way that it normally would, but I just got really lucky with where it broke and how I was able to pin it and get it back in the hole, essentially. There are a lot of gimmicks and opening sections that aren't present on the regular Master Grade or the VerKa, like the parts on the legs here. Put this down. The leg parts themselves, in addition to coming out like the regular Master Grade. Extending outward, come on. It can actually open up. Like this. Provide a little gimmick there. Some additional flaps on the back of the leg with hidden thrusters in those. You basically have three instead of the regular two. The propellant tanks are obviously much more detailed and intricate. Kind of like the Sazabi, we end up with some gimmicks on the skirt pieces, which I'm not going to attempt to manipulate right now. They'll also kind of slide open. The biggest change by far is on the main engines up here. Again, same ratcheting gimmick where it opens up and this part extends out, but it does also have a separate section on the very top that opens up and reveals another thruster. And on the top of the shoulders, I always have trouble with this piece. This isn't meant to pop off like that. It does open up and reveals some more detail parts in here. But it's a bit touchy on trying to get it to come up. It's hard for me to pick it up properly and open that panel without a razor. I've got some videos of it on my TikTok showing how that actually works. The VerKa version also does not come with the bazooka. This is borrowed from another kit. It's painted in German gray and again alkyd metallics with a little bit of hand detailing for things like these small metal pins. Got in there and painted all the individual bazooka rounds as well. Have a lens installed on a couple of the optics, and I don't know how well you can see it on here, but there is a scorch effect on the end of the gun barrel. Again, done similar to what I did with the thruster bells, where it's like gold, purple, and then a little bit of blue on the tip, just to give it that burnt metal. Since I've got it stopped now, I can go ahead and show you the mechanism for getting the LED on and off. You just basically open the cockpit switch, insert a little piece of whatever in there, you'll find the switch. It's just a vertical switch to turn it on and off, and you just close it back up. In order to replace the battery that's sitting in there right now, I would have to take off substantial portions of the upper torso just to get under that neck, because the head and battery unit are all connected in there, and I have to get below the neck to replace that battery. But fortunately, they tend to last for a long time. So anyway, that was the build.